Not my king. Not. Oh, can you all hear me? Sorry about that. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for being here. Not my king. Not my king. Woo! Not my king. Connie Bomber. Hey, Connie Bomber. Thank you so much for joining us. Look at Poe Camilla. Look like she still got the hanger in her jacket. You know, when you put the clothes on, you're supposed to take the hanger out first. Know what I mean? Or is she got the ironing board inside of her jacket or her coat dress? Look like she might have the ironing board in there. That's awkward, isn't it? Wonder if that's painful. They say that there's some kind of what do you call it that runs in her family. Yeah, but that's not her problem. Her problem is um, that reptilian blood. Yes, that reptilian blood is causing her to lose her posable thumb and yet grow a tail. Poor Camilla. I don't know why when I look at her, I think of the petrified forest. I don't know why. She always looks startled to me. Like somebody snuck a mirror into her house. She always looks startled. Um, Elaine Parker, thank you so much for joining us. Not my king, not my king. Poor Charles, Willie, Kitty, and of course, the Queen Consort. But we still have that happy news from yesterday. I come from a land down under. I met a man with muscle six. Wait, I met a man from Brussels, 6'4" with plenty of muscles. He said, "Do you speak my language?" And I just smiled and gave him a Vegemite sandwich. You said, "I come from a land down under." Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like that song. That was that band Men at Work. I come from a land down under. Yep. Men at Work, down under. Oh, that sounds weird, doesn't it? That sounds awkward when you say it like that. Men at Work. You better run. You better take cover. Do you come from a land down under where women glow and men blunder? Can you hear the thunder? You better run. You better take cover. Boop, 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 boop. Lane Parker, not my king. Well, thank you very much, Elaine Parker, for the super chat. And thank you so much for being here. And thanks for reminding us that he's not your king. And let's see, they all patted down. Look at their shoulders. Yeah, they are all padded, aren't they? Thank you, Harlan Baker, for the super chat. Let's see, where are those people? Well, I think someone may have lost an eye if they would have gotten too close to Kate's shoulder pads. I mean, they were super, super 1940s Joan Crawford pointy today. Yeah. And of course, just for the record, Charles is not wearing hip pads. Charles naturally has childbearing hips. That is part of the unfortunate years and years of, well, cousins marrying cousins. And, well, that's what you get, childbearing hips. those comical ears. I can't wait. I can't wait. So for International Women's Day, our Duchess did uh, post this lovely image of herself and, of course, Lilibet Diana. What a great day to um, go to the ocean with your daughter and have some mother daughter time at the ocean. Something about that is incredibly spiritual. I'm here for it. Let's see. Jacqueline Rippey, thank you so much for being a member. And thank you for the super sticker. And then, of course, we were given the treat of actually hearing the waves. International Women's Day, the IWD. And of course, we all know that our Duchess is a girl's girl. So anything that uplifts, celebrate, or even remind of women's contributions to this world is a day that, of course, Meghan's not going to miss. Hey, Legs, thank you for joining us. Fancy, fancy. Fancy, fancy. Um, fancy, fancy. Um, a couple of those things actually, um, someone else was trying to, well, I remember for Christmas, I got those nice cups. Well, someone else in my family had in mind to do exactly that. And they were going to wait for my birthday, but now they're going to have to do something else. Anyway, thank you again so much for that. I am still like euphoric, but I appreciate it so much. Thank you. And oh, look at there. Look at there. What a beautiful now that's gotta be Mamma Mia, right? And the dress, I'm not sure we've seen that dress before. I'm not sure that we've seen that dress before, but how nice is that? Our Duchess deserves to have a lily pond. Absolutely. Anastasia Isabella. Wait, Anastasia Isabella. It's four names. I can't remember the other two. Anastasia Isabella Rossellini. No, I'm just kidding. I know that's the actress. But anyway, thank you so much for being here. Also, you guys, I have to tell you, one of the best things that came from the entire line of products that Meghan has is that 519 candle. I got to tell you what happened. I did clean out the vessel, as someone called the jar or whatever. And do you know that even with cleaning it with a detergent, a mild detergent, even using baking soda to try to get some of the blackened part out, do you know I can still smell that 519? Sometimes I just like pick it up and take a good sniff of it because it still has that amazing scent. I don't know. I guess because maybe the vessel, it has a chalky feel and it's kind of porous. But I don't know how else to explain it. But it still has that incredible smell. So you haven't Church Nelly, it is all about the 519. I like the other one, yes, but it's all about that 519. And I am very sensitive when it comes to particles, you know. So some candles just kind of irritate my sinuses, but um I forgot what they use for Megan's, but it's got to be something very organic. But that 519 is my favorite, and it just I don't know. It almost seemed to me like the air was healthier for the sake of it, if that makes any sense. I felt like I could breathe better and everything. So, um, by far, that is like my favorite candle ever. Um, and I did buy something. I had a voucher of some sort for a department store, and I actually purchased like a high end candle with the 3 wicks, and it's got a lot of sandalwood because that's one of my favorite scents, but it still did not have the oomph that the 519 has. Also, another great one is one of the squatties was nice enough to send me the Daniel Martin candle that had the wooden wick, which I've never experienced that before. Oh, that was enchanting. That was enchanting. I'm at that point in my life where I'm really getting into candles. So
Hey
I'm gonna
guys,
say
Claire
that
here.
the
In today's video,
I'm gonna say that the Daniel Martin was a very, very close one to like one of my all time favorites, but 519 by far. But I love the Daniel Martin. It was very unique. The wooden wick. Um, I don't know what kind of wood it was made of, but oh, every time I lit it, that was my favorite part, was to give it a light and to hear the crackle of the wooden wick and everything. That was a first time that I had something like that, and it was really nice. So, thank you again to the squatty that sent that to me. But um, I don't know how to describe it. It's just amazing that the scent of 519 is still in the vessel, even though I promise you I cleaned it like some type of fanatical cleaning, like one of those people that's got like one of those, like when you, what do you call it, like ADD or whatever, I don't know. But anyway, um that's how I clean it. And it's all this time and you can still smell it, which I love that. So sometimes when I need just like to have a pleasant experience in a split second, I just give it a good sniff. So if you have the 519, let me know if you experience the same thing where you kind of can still smell the candle as if it's as if you have never cleaned it out or anything. So cheers to the let's see. Shelly L says, "Hello, Baron. Hi, Baron. Hello, Squatties. I love my candles. I also went overboard with the honey. It's the most delicate and delicious honey ever. I love the honey too. It was so smooth and silky, and it tastes. I don't know. I usually get the ones that look like the teddy bear. I'm embarrassed well, not embarrassed, but that's. But this is the first time I've had the premium honey, any kind of premium honey, and oh boy, oh boy, I like to make honey mustard. Just take the yellow mustard and honey, and I like to do that. And also, I put it in tea, and it was just you instantly realize there's a difference between that bear shape squeezable honey at the grocery store, and then of course what you get from As Ever. So Megan is causing us to elevate our aesthetics and elevate our senses and all those things that you don't really think about it, and you just think, oh, what's a candle is a candle, or honey is honey until you have something that's exceptional, and then it's like you never want to go back. So um yeah, that has been my experience with the candles and the honey and the tea. The lemon, what is it? Lemon mint? Lemon lemon ginger. I like that one day when I was thinking I was getting this, like I was catching a cold really, and I had the tea with the honey, and no exaggeration, it seemed like I felt instantly better for it. So, and that's another thing. I could just open up those canisters of tea just to take a sniff of them, just just because they smell so darn good. So that is another one of my favorites. Is just to give it a good and then close it up again. Is that weird or not? But yeah, Megan's products seem to have waken up my senses. But thank you so much for that, Shelly L. Okay, let's get on with it. Let's get loud. Let's get loud. Let's get loud. Let's get loud. Ever since I've heard about Australia, I've just been like, let's get loud. Let's get loud. So, again, Harry and Meghan have confirmed a trip to Australia for the middle of April. And, well, they announced this one with plenty time for the tabloid media to get into place. Let's hope and pray that this goes off without any incident. It's always amazing to see the Sussexes, Sussexing. I always say, let the Sussexes Sussex. It's always amazing to see that. And I'm sure that they're going to do an outstanding job. And I just hope that some of those rabble rousers do not try to spoil anything for us. But whatever, we'll roll with it. Whatever happens. Let's see. That lemon ginger tea is great. When I was feeling ill, it helped. Thank you for saying that. I thought I was, you know, being too squatty by saying that, but I promise you, it was uh, very medicinal. And I always tell people when you're not feeling well, get the Ricola lemon mint, the sugar-free lemon mint cough drops. And that's another thing that I'm not sure how it works, but it seems to do something. I mean, every Ricola, they have this purple one. I don't know what that purple one was, but oh, that one was amazing. I think it had some kind of it was made from some kind of flour or something like that. But yeah, the purple pack, which I got from Connie Balmer, that one was really good. I had to try to make those last because I didn't want to go through those so fast. Um, but the lemon mint, sugar-free lemon mint, that's the one you need when you're really going through it. I don't know what kind of herb they mix in it, but it does something. It does something. And anyone I've ever recommended it to, as soon as they feel something coming on, it's Ricola lemon mint, sugar-free lemon mint. So thank you for that, Hazel Jones. Although I think the worst of the winter is behind us. I know I live in Chicago. You should not say that because all you have to do is wait and the weather is going to do something extraordinary. But it's been a very mild winter. So I know they always say March comes in like a lion. And I do recall occasions when there was actually snow in April when you think it's all behind you, like maybe one more snow will come through and then you're done for the year. But this winter has been very mild and it has gone by very fast. Although I do know that there were some people who were stuck in the ice storm and everything, but um, from where I am, it has not been so bad. Hey, Big Mama, thank you so much for being here. Oh, oh, thank you so much. I just got uh, I think I just got to buy me a coffee. Did I? I don't really have my alerts set up properly for that. That's the first time I've ever actually seen anything, but thank you very much for that. And just remember, I don't have any memberships for Buy Me the Coffee or Buy Me a Coffee because Buy Me a Coffee, your membership is not acknowledged on the YouTube. And I'd rather you have that recognition from your membership on the YouTube. So um, if you do a Buy Me a Coffee, um, just remember there's no recognition for your membership there. So um, $4.99 a month is the starting price for the memberships, and that is about the price of a cup of coffee once a month. So that's where the start is for the Royal Sussex memberships on YouTube. Okay. Um, oh, this one more of these from Australia. What a moment. What a moment. Whoever took this picture deserves the Pulitzer Prize. That this is just perfect. Perfect. It says we're a team. It says, you know, my wife is one of the best communicators in the world. Let me know how I'm doing, please, that kind of thing. Um and it's great to know that they don't just show up like some people do. They don't just show up. They really do put forth an effort to get it right. And Harry, of course, who has come such a long way when it comes to doing public addresses and such. So it's so good to be on the right side of history. I must say, I feel very good about being on the right side of history. Okay. But yeah, beautiful pick. Love that one. That is one of my favorites. Remember, Charles and Camilla tried to uh, reimagine or redo that image of Harry and Meghan walking down those steps. Ugh, ugh, bleh, ugh. Ugh. I'm gonna hurl. Ugh. Oh, what did you know? What did you know? What did you know? Republic was out in force today, and they painted the whole area yellow and black. They painted the whole area yellow and black, which is kind of funny when you think about it, that their colors are yellow and black. Invictus and Scotty's little soldiers, all three are yellow and black. And who else? Oh, the big issue, that big issue that featured Charles III. Why did they use that big yellow and black? What do you call it? The logo. They used the big yellow and black logo behind his face. I don't know if the palace realized that they were, you know, making fun of Charles, but I do think that they were coming for the old man. I really do. And they probably didn't even notice. And look at Chris Ship. What is Chris Ship doing? Oh, you guys, don't think I came here without videos, because I got plenty, and I do mean plenty of them. So let's get started, shall we? Where do I want to start? Well, there was lots of heckling, lots of it. And we are going to take it from the top with the heckling. Let's go with, oh wait, do I like that one? I don't like the way that looks. Let me see. Oh, it looks like I forgot to crop it. Okay, let's go with the next one then. Did you see Chris Ship? Did you just see what he did? What was that about? Did he just do like some kind of karate move? Is he insane? Is he out of his mind? He just did some kind of karate move. What in the world was that about? Is he insane? One more time. What in the world was that? What's with the karate move? Chris Ship is not altogether there. You know that, don't you? He is not altogether there. I think his work is starting to have an effect on him. And I don't know, maybe the excitement or something, but he probably needs some time away. He needs some time off, because that was strange. The whole thing. I don't know who or what he's kicking at, but he just ain't kicked at the right person or the wrong person, however you feel about it. Okay, let me go to another one here. Let me see what that one is. Well, let me see. Okay, I'm going to do that with this one. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. All right, got it. Okay, another one coming up. Okay, here we go.
What did you know? What did you know? Boo! Parasite! Boo! Parasite! Boo! Let's go! Parasite! Parasite!
Wow. Wow. They were out in force today. Did you see that? Did you see that? They called them parasites. Wow. It's like you almost feel sorry for them, but not really. Wow. One more time. One more time.
What did you know? What did you know? Boo! Parasite! Boo! Parasite! Boo! Let's go! Parasites! Parasites! Let's go! Boo! What did you know? What did you know?
Jeez. William, what did you know? Not William, the fair-haired boy. Not William of all people. Yes, William. William, what did you know? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. William, what did you know? That is surreal. It's only been how long since Queen Elizabeth died? And now they are being crucified on Commonwealth Day, a day that brings people together, a day that, what did Queen Elizabeth say? Our imperial family, I pledge that I am going to be here forever, or at least 70 years on the throne. It may seem long, it may seem short, but I'm going to be here as long as the check clears. Yes, I'm going to be here as long as the check clears. And she meant it too, because she's still there. Wow. That family is in trouble. They are in so much trouble. William, what did you know? Oh, you guys, I got another one. You got to see Kate. You have to see the look on Kate's face when she got out of the car. That you got to see. You got to see the look on her face when she got out of the car. Okay, let me see if I can grab that one. Do I have that one? Yes, I know I have it. William, what did you know? William, what did you know? Let me see. Oh, there it is. Oh, man. Oh, and they had this. One of the people had this sign out there. Charles, what did you know? And it doesn't seem like there was much of a crowd today. Not as big a crowd as one would expect. But they tried to put on this united front. Look at there. Here's another angle. Where's the rest of the family? I see the Charles and Godzilla. I see William and Kitty. I see Admiral Timothy Lawrence, Rear Admiral, and of course, Afro Annie. And I see the Gloucesters in the back, right? Is that it? Where is the Edinburghs? Where is Sophie and that other person, Edward? Where's Sophie and Edward? And can somebody please tell me, why was Whoopi Goldberg there? Can somebody tell me why Whoopi Goldberg was there? Now, I see Whoopi Goldberg on the right side. I'm sure that's Whoopi Goldberg. But is that Whoopi Goldberg on the left? And what happened to her dreads? I thought, wow, that's weird. Why is Whoopi Goldberg there? Anyway, let me see. Let me go ahead and grab the immaculate Kate exiting the vehicle. William, what did you know? William, what did you know? What did you know, William? Okay. Oh, who is that? Joan I'm a trading? I'm a trading. Okay. Looks just like Whoopi Goldberg. Look just like her. Looks just like Whoopi Goldberg. Okay. Now, here you go. Oh my God. Kate Middleton. Did you hear that one person trying to whip up somebody? I could hear one person trying to make Kate feel better. Can you hear it? Is she saying boo and then saying yes? It sounds like she said boo and then it sounded like she said yes. Oh, I don't know. It sounds like she said boo, yes. Maybe. I can't be sure. But let me show you this though. I thought I had a slide, but I guess I did not put a slide for it. But I want you to see the look on Catherine's face when she exited that vehicle. That's it right there. That is it right there. Frozen in time. Frozen in time. She could not help but look. Wow. Frozen in time. Well, that is your future, Catherine. That is your future. Your future looks a lot like this.
What did you know? What did you know? Boo! Parasite! Boo! Parasite! Boo! Let's go! Parasite! Parasite!
Oh, am I am I imagining this, or do you all see that? Let's do that again. Do they not realize that she was away for some mysterious illness, and now she's back at work and she's trying to help save the monarchy? Do they not know that that is the monarchy's secret weapon? Do they not know that? Oh, did you notice that Camilla wanted to rock the red today? I'm guessing that she made a call to Kitty to tone it down. Yes, Kate loves to wear her blue, but I noticed that this one is a very dark blue. It's not that vibrant blue that she is so excited to wear all the time. And so, um, oh, okay. Sorry about that. Let me see here. uh you know what? I'm gonna be very fair and say that Kate does like that electric blue color. And as we know, Camilla also loves to wear that very bright kind. I always call it electric blue. And Kate would love to wear that more often, but she was told that she cannot wear it when she's with Camilla. Now, there's been a couple of times where she's kind of slipped it in there and wore it anyway, but it has been said that she's been told about wearing that particular shade of blue. So, this one is, and it's not the first time she's worn. Remember, she had that one that looked like a lamp. Do you remember that? It looked like a lamp. It had, oh my gosh, they made so much fun of her. Um, the squad really dragged her up and down these Twitter streets. She looked like she was wearing a lampshade, a wallpaper, a bedspread. There were so many examples of that pattern that she wore that day. I'll never forget it. I'm trying to see if I can find it. Okay, Kate Commonwealth. Oh, you know what? I think Kate wore. Did she? Oh no, she wore red to the Commonwealth Day. How long ago was that? Oh no, I don't think that was Commonwealth. Oh, that blue was so ugly that she wore. Oh, let me show you this. Let me show you this. You see, I always got stuff in my archive. Kate started crouching down to the children gesture on Commonwealth Day because Meghan, who had arrived and joined the royal family. So there's Kate, 2015, 2016, and then Meghan, crouches down, makes eye contact with the kids, and there's Kate, 2018, 19, 20, um, 22. Oh, and notice in 2022, she's wearing that bright blue color, but that is before Camilla became queen consort. And ever since that, Camilla put a stop to it. Uh-huh. Because remember, 2022, the queen did not go to the Commonwealth Day, and the queen consort. Camilla was not queen consort yet. And so, yeah. And look at there, 2023, she decided she didn't want to get so low anymore. But remember this, that lady right there that does the TikToks, she's always pointing out the copycat stuff. I'll show you another one. Let me see here. Kate Commonwealth Day, yes. Okay. Here's the other one. You can see up close how all of a sudden Kate could not get low enough. So Meghan started it, and then here comes Kate. Okay, let me get out of that one. Let me see. I have just a couple more of the heckles to share. Unless you guys think that's too much. I mean, we don't want to overdo it, do we? I'm just kidding. I'm about to bring it up now. I'm just kidding. It's never enough. I just want to make sure I'm not doing any of them twice. Did I do this one? Let me see. No cheers for Will and Kate. Yeah, from a distance, wherever this person is standing, they're probably right up under the bell tower. So you really can't hear much of anything. Yeah, they were trying to drown him out with the bell tower. Okay, give me 1 second. Heckled. Let's get loud. Let's get loud. Let's get loud. Let's get loud. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I did that one. Let me see. I'm not sure how many I've done. Let me try this one. You can just very faintly hear the boos from this angle. Oh, no, that person is... Okay. Whew. I tell you, that poor family, what have they done to deserve this? Everything. Can we do Kate one more time? Please, let's do it one more time. That's your future, Kate. That is your future. Good luck, girl. You're going to need it. You're going to need it. Your Highness. Your dryness, your highness, your dryness, you are going to need it. That and a good antifungal cream for your toe. You're going to need some luck and some antifungal cream for your big toe because there's some rough times ahead. Oh, by the way, you all, I don't know how this is going to pan out, but they are saying that Vladimir Putin has put in a phone call to Donald Trump about some type of a ceasefire. I'm not even going to get into the details about it, but it has been a very, very rough time with what's going on over there. And let's just hope that there's a ceasefire. Let's hope that everybody, including the people in Gaza, are part of this ceasefire. The people in Lebanon who have done nothing but live in Lebanon, let's hope that they are part of this ceasefire because it has gotten ugly. It has gotten really, really ugly. And the price of oil, they say that it had went over $100. Something is helping to lower it. They said that they started letting some ships through the Straits of Hormuz and that the market is responding to it. And I know that, you know, this has been a long time coming, right? And no matter how you feel about it, it will be very painful to everyone if the oil prices are through the roof because everything that we purchase for our homes, every meal we eat, there's some type of fossil fuel involved somewhere. And there's a lot of people that are already stretched too thin as it is. So let's just hope this is the end of it. Let's hope that a bully has learned this lesson. Okay. And I think you know who I'm speaking of. Let's hope they have learned their lesson that there's always a bigger fish in the sea. You ever see one of those sharks, the ultimate apex predator, and then one of those, what do they call it, a grouper, whatever that big fish is, comes along and swallows that shark whole? Have you ever seen that? I mean, the shark think he really tough, and then that big fish, that big gooper, whatever you call it, with a mouth as big as Jeremy Clarkson, comes along and just swallows it whole. So I'm hoping that they will take that as a lesson, right? Okay, so anyway, before we get in trouble, let's move on. But I'll just say New Jersey, there you go. I think you understand. All right, poor Kate. Poor Kate. All she did was wanted to have the fairy tale and marry a real live prince. And what does she get? Chris Ship. She got Chris Ship doing Tybo. She wanted to she wanted to marry a prince and have a fairy tale and have a happily ever after. And what does she get? She gets Chris Ship out in front of Westminster Abbey doing Taibo. Oh, well. And she got a Whoopi Goldberg look-alike. And remember, they were very angry. You know, I tried to watch the Commonwealth Day live. Was anybody able to watch it live? Because I wasn't. I wanted to watch it live so I can, be able to drag everybody, and I couldn't watch it live. So I don't know what happened, but I was unable to watch it live. I know they said the BBC did not want to cover it live. See, their monarchists are huffing and puffing because the BBC has ditched broadcasting the Commonwealth service. Absolutely nobody from the Commonwealth is sitting there anxiously waiting to watch this boring lot. Well done, BBC. Oh, it wasn't shown? Are you serious? Are you serious? You mean nobody covered it? Not even ITV? So they're going to show it later or something, right? Are you serious? I just figured everybody was watching Gunsmoke. I just thought everybody was watching Gunsmoke. I had no idea they didn't show it. I mean, I saw them enter and exit the Westminster Abbey. By the way, you guys, yellow t-shirt guy was nowhere in sight. Also, if you recall, back in September of 2023, this group actually went inside of the Buckingham Palace, and they began to strip away their jumpers. And what do you get? Not my king. And of course, this was the international debut of M, who seems to have a very big personality. For such a small guy, he has a huge personality from what I can tell. Matter of fact, it looks like T can't seem to get enough of M. Anyway, but the important thing is no one was injured because of M, and that's a good thing. At least I don't think so. Let me see here. I think the royal family called the BBC. No booze aired then. Oh, thanks, Legs. All right. Well, that was one way to handle it. Plus, they had that those people playing those instruments at the you know at the entrance. So Royals plunged into chaos as BBC axes huge event after Andrew's shame and major shakeup. Y'all think it has something to do with Andrew? Y'all think it really got something to do with Andrew? I don't know about that. Well, they say it's for the first time in 37 years. One of the royal family's major annual events is not going to be shown on TV for the first time in 37 years, and experts warn the move exposes a great threat that the monarchy faces. You mean like nobody wants to be bothered with them? Oh, well, let me see. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's see. Mel Shadowwolf says Camilla is just jealous of Kate. Is Kate is jealous of Meghan. Meghan will always be the best dressed, and the British folks still love her, and Harry always will. All right. Thank you very much, Mel Wolf, for that. Let's see. Cookies and Cream says that ungodly family is so irrelevant and appalling. They're probably crying salty tears right now. This should be a huge wake up call to them about their unpopularity and irrelevance. Yeah, I think they can hear it. I think they are hearing it loud and clear. If they're not, if they don't pay attention to it, they may lose everything. Loud and clear, they ought to be listening because this really is concerning them and nobody else. But it is what they deserve. They really do deserve it because they have been awful to the Sussexes. They have really been awful to the Sussexes and doing everything they could to try to prevent Harry from having some kind of happiness in this world. Not good. Not good at all. I mean, let's face it, Harry hit the jackpot. I don't think he could have found a better partner if he lived 10 lifetimes. I don't think he could have found a better partner. Is that right? You know what? You know what? uh, it does seem like most of the crowd was Republic. So Chris Ship with a P, not a T, um, is so glad that the Sussexes are going to Australia because even though he said that he may not be reporting about them ever again as of Tuesday, it seems like every day is Tuesday for Chris Ship with a P, not a T. So let me get this sound going for you. Also, you know what? Um, I said I wasn't going to say anything else about this, but listen, they are saying that every military base that belonged to the United States has been affected over there. Every single one. Also, it's a mess, you guys. It really is a mess. And I'm not even just saying in terms of loss of life, it is a mess. Nothing will ever be the same again. If nothing else comes out of this that is, you know, nothing is ever going to be the same again. Nothing. Lessons have been learned. Lessons have been learned. I have been trying to keep up with it as much as possible, but you know how they say a hard head makes a soft ass? That's what happened. Lessons have been learned. We found out some things, you know, people took things for granted, and we found out some things were not exactly as they seem. Oh, you know what? I don't have the Chris ship with a P, not a T. Never mind. I didn't save it. I'm sorry about that. I didn't save it. I don't think I have it at all. That's okay. He wasn't talking about nothing. Let's move on. Huh. That is so weird. Oh, well. So, anyway, Chris Ship, I'll tell you what he said. Meghan to expand her as ever brand in Australia rather than UK. Harry and Meghan will still work with Netflix on a first look basis, which gives the media giant first refusal on any new production ideas. Why does he say no of refusals? I mean, give them the first refusal. How come he couldn't say gives the Netflix the first chance to agree or purchase, or why does he use refusal? He's so negative. Having decided to go it alone with As Ever, Meghan now wants to test her items in other English speaking countries, and it seems Australia rather than the UK is the chosen market. The expansion of As Ever might also see Meghan selling her items in New Zealand. You guys, he ain't doing nothing but guessing. He is just throwing a dart and just to see where it lands. Now, ironically, one of the squatties, I forgot to give them credit for this, but one of the squatties put this together. GB News actually did the right type of thing with their report, the right type of wording. It says here, Meghan Camp set the record straight on international expansion of Duchess of Sussex Company. Meghan Markle's spokesman has rubbished reports of As Ever launching in Australia as speculation, adding that no decisions have been made. Chris Ship with a P, not a T. It comes as ITV reported that the Duchess of Sussex was setting her sights on Australia. Chris Ship with a P, not a T. As the first international market for her lifestyle brand, thereby bypassing the UK entirely. Meghan's spokesman exclusively told GB News this is speculation, Chris Ship with a P, not a T. No decisions have been made about when or where international expansion might take place. Chris Ship with a P, not a T. Entering new markets is a considered process. Shouldn't that be considerable? Is a considered process, but it's something the brand is excited to explore as it continues to grow in this next phase. Watch this space. Okay. Now you know that's bad when it takes GB News to tell it properly. Chris Ship with a P, not a T. Rumors are carried by haters, spread by fools, and accepted by idiots. In other words, Chris Ship with a P, not a T. As I was saying, yes, after Wednesday, I don't think they come under my brief anymore. Remember, he said that on the 29th of March in 2020? After the Sussexes stepped back from official royal duty, Chris Ship, who is very short sighted, he sees things that aren't there and he doesn't see things that he ought to pay attention to. So in this instance, He said that they're not coming under his brief anymore. In other words, he probably won't talk about them in all likelihood because they're no longer working royals. And how long did that last? Not long. Meghan and Harry back in Europe together for the first time since leaving royal family as they both head to Invictus Games, Netherlands in The Hague this weekend. See there? It did not take long. And there's Chris Ship with a P, not a T, standing there hoping and praying that Harry will come over and say something to him. Well, that did not happen. There was no interview forthwith. And Chris Ship went all the way over there to The Hague for nothing. Although a couple of the squatties did give him a mouthful, they definitely dressed him down and asked him why he was being so evil to the Sussexes. I have to say, Chris Ship is not the worst of the worst, but you know where his loyalties lie. There's no confusing that. Now, this one I do have a soundbite. Why Harry and Meghan won't speak on shameful Andrew scandal. Now, K. Ross Levy says, finally, the racist Rhoda rats admit Prince Harry has always wanted to leave the royal family long before he met Meghan, yet they spent the last 6 years blaming Meghan. So I'll let you hear.
They're damned if they do, damned if they don't, because no doubt let's say they take part in a broadcast interview with American broadcaster or local broadcaster, any journalist worth their salt is going to ask them, how do you feel about the crisis enveloping your family at the moment? Do you have an opinion on it? If they don't say anything, then they've been silent. If they do say anything, then they're involving themselves in a situation which their own family and the palaces are desperately trying to manage. And have no idea of what is going to happen next. So it's a difficult. I do think it's a difficult situation.
Well, there's no love lost between Harry and Andrew. I don't think they've ever been close.
No,
and I think he's mentioned that in Spare, or he's mentioned that in the past, that they're not exactly, bosom buddies or close pals or anything like that.
All those claims were out there about Andrew, obviously, after the Newsnight interview, and Harry's book came out a couple of years later, but obviously before this latest, with the Epstein files. But even back then, he did write in his book, as you say, he mentioned the sex crimes and the shameful, he used the word shameful, so it's very clear if he's willing to put that to paper, even back then, that there is no level of closeness between the pair.
I think in many ways they're vindicated in getting out, getting away.
I saw this in a comment piece this week, and it was sort of, Harry has been proved right. This family is absolutely toxic from the inside. Harry had his own reasons for leaving, didn't he? And I think they were formulated many, many years ago, certainly not necessarily in the whole Meghan era. He's always wanted a different path. And certainly, I don't think it's anything to do with Andrew. And he'd probably be wise to keep his counsel in this sense, especially because there's police investigations as well.
Okay, so there you have it. They'll try to sing the tune a different way next time, though. Every so often, they'll let a truth come out, but for the most part, it is back to the WhatsApp chat group where they will have their talking points for the day, and they won't deviate from it on most occasions. Now, Mr. Blockhead, whatever that guy's name is, the one that hosts this conversation, he is one sinister a-hole. And I don't like him. I don't like him. I can understand why so many people that read the tabloids, people that watch these kind of programs, I can understand why they think, why they feel and believe that everything that these people say is the gospel. Because in these settings with these panels, this is the probably one of the best ways to brainwash the masses is through a conversation, especially if you can identify with the people on the panel. You know, you look at Russell Myers, or you look at this guy, they might remind you of your son, or the girl remind you of themselves or their daughter or something like that. And so why wouldn't you believe these people as opposed to someone who's 5,000 miles away? They're not on television once a week talking about their own lives. Why would you believe them when you have a familiar symbol like the logo of the Sun or the Daily Mail or the Mirror or something like that? These news people that you've been looking at your entire life. But these types of panels are the worst. And I rarely watch them. I sometimes share what I've seen from other squatties because you don't get anywhere. And there's a lot of you guys that are punishing yourselves watching. Um, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but I feel like you're punishing yourself watching everything that comes down the pike, hoping that there's going to be something flattering or kind or considerate toward the Sussexes. And even if there is that, occasion when you get some type of fairness, which is why I gave up on Tom Sykes when he first started his Substack and when he first started his YouTube channel. I had high hopes for him because, on occasion, he can take a swipe or two at the rest of the royals. But in order to build his channel, he was quite vicious toward the Sussexes and even worse toward Meghan. And even when he had a guest on that would say something kind or flattering or thoughtful about the Sussexes, then, of course, he would do the Jeremy Vine and play dumb. And, it's exhausting. And you cannot get those minutes back. You cannot get those hours back that you've spent being frustrated by those conversations like that. So I do my best to avoid them. Tom Sykes, I gave up on him. I don't think I've watched Tom Sykes in about a month or two, maybe 3, because it didn't get any better. It did not get any better at all. And for some reason, I just thought that maybe he might take it a different direction from his usual bio that he would write in the Newsweek. But nope. Not only is he just like the other ones, on occasion he can be worse. Even his sister, even when he had his sister on there and she complimented Meghan, she had to pull it back a bit because, after all, she's on her brother's podcast. So she had to pull it back a bit. And that is very frustrating. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? If I find a channel that looks interesting, I turn right away. When I find negativity, I can't. In fact, it can infect your mind. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. I find myself like feeling that fight or flight in the pit of my stomach. And if I'm feeling that, it's not worth even giving it the time of day. So do not punish yourselves watching these things. They feel the way they feel. They're making money. They're monetizing someone else's pain, and that's not going to change. Anytime a person would buy a candle and yank the wick out of it just so that they can get the clicks and engagement for being outraged that they have a candle with no wick. Now, when I cleaned out my 519 candle so that I could save that beautiful ceramic or porcelain vessel. No, not porcelain. I guess it's just ceramic. Anyway, the little steel thing that holds the wick has a like double-sided tape or some type of epoxy that holds it to the center so that it won't shift as the wax melts. I promise you, I had to peel that thing away, almost broke a nail trying to get it up, but I had to peel it away. And then the epoxy was so strong that you have to, scrape that with your nail or however. You have to scrape that. There is no way that they received a candle without a wick. If it didn't have the wick, then where did the hole come from? Where did the hole come from? But that goes to show exactly how evil and how sinister some people are, that they would buy a $64 candle and then hold it up, having yanked the wick out of it. They will hold it up and swear that there's some kind of quality control issue. Who does that? I know that that guy did it, and then it was some other person, some woman did that. And it that was just wrong on so many levels. So wrong on so many levels. I had in the early days of Facebook, I had a coworker, and we worked together before, Facebook. And she posted that viral video of one of the chicken restaurants, one of the chain chicken restaurants, where the person breaks open the chicken and there's some foreign stuff in the chicken, something that should have never survived the grease that fried the chicken. I blocked that person that day. I blocked that person. I said, there's no way I can be connected to somebody so stupid. I said, no. I don't want to see nothing else they post. Nothing. I'm done. It was already enough nonsense before that. Your peace of mind is very valuable. Do not let people into those algorithms like that. Do not let those people affect your well-being. Get rid of it. Block it, whatever you got to do. But that didn't even make sense. I thought it was the stupidest thing. Stupid. What living organism would survive being fried like that? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, protect your peace of mind. I am very guarded with stuff like that. I don't want that negativity. I think probably we lost a few squatties from Royal Sussex that were just angry all the time, and they want you to be angry all the time, and they, I can't survive like that. I don't want to live like that. I don't want to be angry and on guard all the time. um British para Nordic skier Scott Minna on the impact of Prince Harry has had on his life and using sport as a vehicle to find purpose. Well, I did play the sound bite from that yesterday, so I'm not going to do it again. But yeah, I'm glad that there's something positive like this, that reflects on Harry's good work. That's always a welcome thing. Thank you, Connie Balmer. So keep calm and mock derangers. Always do that. Keep calm and mock the derangers. It does wonders for your mental health. It does. It does wonders for your mental health. I would rather have a good laugh at their expense than to be angry at my expense. There's Kate with that blue, the one that she's not allowed to wear. At least she can't wear it in the presence of Camilla. She decided to sneak it in that day. I think the Queen was still alive, though. But yeah, their numbers are dropping like a stone. Yeah, Kevin S., it does wonders. You got to have some grace in this life. If not, you won't have much of a life. You really won't have much of a life. So Royals plunge into chaos. We did that already. I think I did this twice probably. Oh, you guys, if you're wondering what was taking me so long earlier, it was this. I'm like, how could it be Commonwealth Day and we don't share this, right? How could it be Commonwealth Day and we don't have this to look at? So I was hunting for a few of my favorite images of our Duchess for Commonwealth 2020. That was that day that Meghan had to teach them heifers how to dress. She had to teach them how to be a royal princess. You don't have to be dull. You don't have to look like Jessica Tandy. You could actually go out there in a nice, clean, elegant look. Something that does not offend, something that inspires and excites. Marcy Foreman, thank you so much for 35 months membership. Hi, Baron. It's the empty barriers for me. I know. It's just like the Troop in the Colors last year. By the time they have the flyover, the mall is packed, right? Or the mall is packed. Last year, I mean, you could see so much of the pavement. There was barely anybody there. Oh, it was sad. It was very sad. Wow. Oh well. They gotta know. They gotta know. I'm pretty sure those emotional support polls is not winning the day. They have to be on that balcony looking out and wondering where are all the people. Oh, whenever Meghan goes back over there, she always wears a cape. She wore a cape when she went to the Oh, come on. What is it? The Jubilee, the platinum, was it Platinum Jubilee prayer at the St. Paul's Cathedral? She wore a cape for this occasion. She wore the red cape that night before, was it? Yes, when Meghan wears a cape, she means business. She means business. And I love the way she's looking at the camera. Oh, I love that look at the camera. I love that look at the camera. You know why I love it? Because of this. Because it mocks the derangers. That's why I love it. That's why I love it. Because I know it just eats them up. It just eats them up. And that is why I love it. And of course, let us not forget, Harry looks kind of thick there. They both do. They both do. They both still got some baby weight on them, don't they? Because Harry got some little bony legs now. But this is when you know, when you're having a baby, you kind of eat together. Now take a look at the lining of his jacket. See there, it's coordinated with her dress. And of course, after the Sussexes wore this color combination, it wasn't long before the Wessexes did the same thing. Yes, drama. And then look at little mama there. Look at little mama. Ain't that the cutest thing? I love it. But why does she look like the lady from Bridgerton? She looks like a little baby Lady Danbury, doesn't she? She looks just like Lady Danbury. A little tiny pint-sized Lady Danbury. Oh, I tell you. Go, Meghan. You doing it. You have done it. And then, of course, there was the service itself. Harry was still looking like he wanted to remove his necktie and wrap it around his brother's neck and yank as hard as he could. Meghan, of course, was being as pleasant as ever. The Queen with that resting queen look on her face. And Camilla wondering if any of her old partners were in the house that might recognize her from the train. And then, of course, old sour face Will and Kate. And then Charles, of course, still trying to figure out why is his hand so puffy. Well, that was trooping the Commonwealth 2020. Meghan looks beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Look at how handsome Harry looks there. What an attractive couple. Oh, you like the little baby Danbury? Isn't she adorable? Look at her. Look at her looking at the camera just like Meghan. I love that picture. Well, here, take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. Yes, take a screenshot. That is too much fun. Love it. And of course, Meghan took her role seriously and was not just prepared, but proud to deliver whatever was asked of her. Brianna Gordon. Well, as you know, Brianna Gordon, she writes for what, the Times? she's actually gone out to Montecito to visit the Sussexes. Unfortunately, she left a jar of the what is it? The American Riviera Orchard raspberry spread. She left it in the taxi. She left it in the taxi on the way to the airport. She was kind of tired, and you know how that is. But I'm just like, you left it in a taxi? Do you know how valuable and collectible those original jars will be one of these days? Oh, Brianni, what happened? Anyway, but yeah, they were on their way out of there. Oh man, what a relief. What a relief for everything that they went through for 18 months. And then it was over. Thank God. Onward and upward. Onward and upward. For every time there is a season. Are you feeling relieved all over again? Because I am. I know it wasn't exactly where they needed to be when they left there, but they were on their way. They were on their way. There were contracts to be signed, a house to move into. All kind of great things happened after that day. All they had to do was just get away from those people. And it was onward and upward ever since. Since that day, just think how many royal tours that they've taken, that they put together themselves. Meghan has started this successful product line. Harry, of course, has joined, what is it, Better Up. He's maintained close connections with his patronages in the UK and his Invictus games. Also, their production company have made some documentaries and such. So they're doing good. They're doing good. All they had to do was to get away from that clan. I mean, that family. Why do I keep calling them a clan? And imagine how Meghan Markle will dress when she's no longer a royal. Let them be wrong about you. There's nothing to prove. So that is what happened back in 2020. And now they are that royal yet American couple in Montecito, California. And of course, in Montecito, there are no leaks. There are no leaks in Montecito. Obviously, we don't want to speculate, but does the fact that the announcement came on a Monday give us an idea of what kind of cancer? As I say in my upcoming book, The King's Cancer. I forgot where this came from, but talking of cancer, we ought to discuss Meghan's role in all of this. Could the emissions from Harry's flight home cause more cancer? What is Prince William thinking right this moment? Any update in the, what is that? Something few seconds. Oh, in the last few seconds. Let's bring in our royal cancer expert. Yeah. This is a great cartoon, isn't it? It really says a lot. It really says a lot. And I totally forgot I had this. I was trying to put some other stuff together, and the next thing I know, I'm like, oh, this is perfect for today. And then there's Kate. 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 And then there's petty, jealous, copycat, and all of that, and this and that. And right on, Kate. Yes, then there's Kate. Poor Kate. This is your life, girl. I love those unguarded Kate moments. Don't you love those when Kate just cannot hold it back any further? When she can't keep it in? Don't cry out loud. Just keep it inside and learn how to hide your feelings. Fly high and proud. And if you should fall, remember you almost had it all. Katie cried the day the circus came to town. And she realized she was stuck as a princess. The little girl flicked a booger at her coat. Look at her face. Look at her face. You know, when I was prepping for today, I saw I think it was this one, this picture right here. Do you know, I was laughing till I had tears in my eyes. I don't know. It just struck me. It just really struck me how pathetic this girl's life is. 10 years of waiting around. 10 years waiting for William to pop the question. 10 years of humiliation. 10 years of pretending that you were looking for work and all that stuff. And how does it end? Well, we don't know yet, but somewhere along the line, there was a little girl digging in her nose while you were at the, what is that? The British Museum, the Portrait Gallery, whatever it is. There you were, being accompanied by a little girl picking boogers. And then, of course, trying to figure out what to say next. Trying to figure out how to keep these people amused, lest they should know I don't know a damn thing. That's Kate's life now. This is what she wanted. And rather than to have someone to help shoulder the burden of, this, she ran everybody away. Beatrice and Eugenie, Meghan, everybody. She didn't chase them away. The only person who ever seems like they're close to her, they're not close. Sophie Wessex, they're not close. Sophie puts on for the camera, just like everybody else that's left behind in that family. 10 years, over almost 25 years, Kate Middleton has been around that family. And what happens? She's in an art gallery while somebody is digging for gold, or she's in the pouring rain while somebody's child is clutching on to her. And it would just happen to be a little redheaded girl, right? A little ginger. And then this is not just a wig. This is a cry for help. This is Kate saying, I can't do this any longer. I need help. This is a cry for help. This was really a call for an intervention because she needs it. She's not doing well. anytime you walk out of the house with a big, ridiculous wig like that, stacked on top of probably a few other extensions, something's not going right in your life. Your world is crumbling. Your world is crumbling. And just when you thought it was as bad as it could possibly be, this happened. Yep. That's your life, Kate. That's your life. I don't really think she likes being around other people's kids. I don't think she really cares for it. She could not possibly be into this. This is what she has to do. It's not what she wants to do. I'm sure she's a great mother with her own children, but these forced situations like this, I mean, come on. Come on. Just imagine you're Kate. Wouldn't you rather be fill in the blank? You would rather be what? Not this. Not this. And you know, the only reasons why she's out there is because of Liz Jones, Amanda Platel, A.N. Wilson, and a few other people that were saying, listen, you all have to go out there. You're blowing it. You're blowing it. And I'll even throw Afro Annie in there, because Afro Annie let leak how she felt about the lack of bread and butter work. But trust me, she does not care for this. Isn't that something? Kate walks out the house with this on top of her head and they call us evil. Why would you call us evil? We're not the ones wearing this giant, ridiculous wig. That's evil. We're not evil for pointing it out. We're answering a cry for help. I'm shocked and horrified, dismayed and disgusted by all the nasty comments about Princess of Wales today. A woman's hair is very personal to her. It's armor, defense, confidence, and so much more. Well, I tell you what, I believe it is armor. I really do believe that a Scud missile could not penetrate that wig. Yeah, that's armor. That's armor. You could drop a house on that wig and the wearer will walk away without a scratch. Yeah, I could believe that. Armor? Yeah, I agreed. Agreed. Anything that big has got to keep you safe. Oh, there. Help. I'm turning into Kate. She's 20 years older and pride myself on being a on the fashion cutting edge. But now even Liz Jones has fallen victim to the Kate effect. Why did they say victim? I mean, yes, I'm sure they meant it another way, but it is interesting because trust me, if you're going to walk around dressed like Kate, you are a victim. Not only are you a victim, you're also real stupid too, but you are a victim. I mean, there's a couple of ways you could take that, right? There's a couple of ways you could take that. But now even Liz Jones has fallen victim to the Kate effect. Does that mean she's going to wear a big, ridiculous wig tomorrow? Oh, man. See how much better you feel when you're dragging the royal family? Oh, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Anyway, I'm going to say something positive about Kate before I go. I'm going to say this. That outfit, remember I was talking about this the other day? That is like one of the best looks that she's ever had. And what's best about it is she's not trying to be Meghan. Now, it's just coincidental that Meghan and Kate, I believe within 24 hours, they both wore white. Meghan at the Hudson Yards and Kate wherever the hell she is. But I'm even going to assume that that was not planned. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt that it was not planned. But stay in your lane. Stay in your lane and stop trying to be Meghan. It makes you look desperate. You went through enough being desperate when you sat around for 10 years waiting for William to ask you a question. You don't have to live like that. You really don't. So, if anybody from Kensington Palace is listening, please forward this message. Kate, stay in your lane, girl. Stay in your lane. That way, nobody looks foolish. And with that, farewell to Duplicate. I'll drag you some more another time. And I saw this. It's in Portuguese, but it says, "Be proud of the woman you are, of your story, and of every time you found strength, even when you seem to have no more. Of the pains they taught you, the tears that God saw, and the victories that were born of his courage. You are stronger than you think. Happy Women's Day." All right. Well, I will see you guys later. Maybe later tonight if I feel like doing some more dragging. I don't know. I'm gonna look around and see what I can dig out from the Commonwealth Day. I mean, I don't have to. I could just find something else to do, but we'll see how it goes. I'm having too much fun. I'm having too much fun. Yeah, okay. I will admit that. I will admit that it was very Meghan-esque of her to wear that outfit. But I don't want to just, I assume that everything has something to do with Meghan, but it really is a good look for Kate. It really is a good look for her. And I think that if she would if I don't think she's comfortable in that. She looks great, but I don't think she's comfortable in that. I think that she's an insecure person and she only feels comfortable when she's pretending to be someone else. And that's unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. I don't think she's ever developed a real style of her own aside from the coat dresses. There's nothing that she wears that builds up so much excitement. A lot of things that Meghan wears does not even originate in any way from Meghan. It may be part of a much larger trend, but for some reason, when Meghan dabbles in it, then all of a sudden it's in all of these publications. Everybody's talking about it. It spends a week on the newsstand. So that's a gift. That is a gift. That is very much a gift. Oh, thank you, Barbara Harris. That is definitely a gift when you're able to inspire, especially with the most simplest of outfits. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much. Love you guys. I will see you all next time. I will see you all next time. Ingrid, I didn't know you were here.
How's your lunch, Meghan?
You're looking amazing, Meghan.